Hello, my name is Barney, and I'm going to be carrying on Hope Church's series during this Advent time as we look at the person of Jesus and the meaning of Christmas. And we are today going to be in Hebrews chapter 8, and the title of today's slot is The Final Reality is Here. So I'm going to read Hebrews 8, verses 1 and 2. Now, the main point of what we are saying is this. We do have such a high priest who sat down at the right hand of the throne of the majesty in heaven, and who serves in the sanctuary, the true tabernacle set up by the Lord, not by a mere human being. I don't know if you know that feeling when you've seen something, a picture or a video, maybe of somebody making an amazing product, maybe something for your home, and you've gone, or a bit of DIY, and you've gone, oh, I could do that. I could do that. And you set out, you invest in the materials and the tools you need. You take time and care, and you painstakingly follow every single instruction. And yet, at the end, it's not quite right. It's just a bit off or a bit wonky. Well, if you don't know that feeling, you can come and do the DIY in my house. But I certainly know that feeling. It's like you followed it, and it's not quite right. Well, in the Bible, in the Old Testament, we read about the time of Moses, and Moses was the person who brought the Israelites out of Egypt, out of slavery. And God tells Moses, who's able to converse with God on their behalf, he says, build a tabernacle, build a tent. So wherever you go, you can have my presence dwelling within you. And that's what tabernacle means. It's just a dwelling. It's where God dwelt. And only the Levite priests could access the holiest of holy places in the tabernacle and converse with God. And so that's what Moses does. And they follow the instructions to the letter. And they build this tabernacle, and at first it's going well, and they're able to converse with God and able to represent the people of Israel. But then it all falls apart, and the people turn away, because in the end the tabernacle, it wasn't quite perfect enough. The priests weren't quite perfect enough. Moses was a faithful but flawed human being. And so it all falls apart. But here we read in Hebrews that the final reality is here, that God himself has built the perfect tabernacle, and that his son, through his son Jesus, and through Jesus' death and resurrection, is not only able to enter the Holy of Holies, he has sat in the Holy of Holies, in the sanctuary, in the tabernacle, with God the Father, interceding on our behalf, praying for us, speaking to God on our behalf. And in fact, it's even better than that. We know from the rest of the scripture that through Jesus, we too can inherit that. We too can enter the Holy of Holies and commune with God as a result. All because that God made the perfect tabernacle, and through his son Jesus gave us a way to enter his presence.